I want to welcome you guys back here. Happy Tuesday morning to you guys and gals. Once again, Joseph James here, School of Trade, Sideways Markets. Been another one of those days in the trade room. Boy, we began with a bang, and we finished the day this morning with a bang, didn't we, guys? Now, you know me, I'm not one for hindsight, so why don't we go back to our blog, and let's remind ourselves this morning how this day began. Well, first of all, we post our morning prep for you guys on the blog every day. So I'm going to go right back here now and go right to my morning prep. And my morning prep told me this morning a couple of key components, right? First of all, we knew we'd get some early morning news to get that crude chart rattling and rolling this morning. And then we also knew that around 10 o'clock, we'd have kind of a red flag, so to speak, right, with that testimony from Ben Bernanke. So we knew first thing this morning, we'd get some early morning news. We knew we had Bernanke at 10 o'clock, so things would get a little bit sloppy. And we also knew that by about 11:30 this morning, things would be slowing down, and we'd be looking to slow our day down as well, too. So just a great example here, guys, how we used our news this morning to plan out our day. This is all posted for you guys and gals at 7:30 this morning. And sure enough, we followed that plan well and made some pretty good money because of that. But, you know, in all reality, though, the biggest thing we saw this morning came on crude today right away. What was the most important thing we saw today right away on crude oil? Well, here was the chart we got on crude. All right, here was the chart we saw right away on crude oil. And let's look and see if we can find some clues here. Now, again, remember, this ain't hindsight. This is posted at 7:30 a.m. this morning. At 7:30 a.m., what do we have? We had a price wedge. What else did we have? We had the inside day, outside day, right there. And where were we? We were right there, sitting at the lows or the middle of the wedge and right at the previous low of day. And when we saw that, we knew we'd get a bunch of opportunity buying the lows, right? Wanted to buy the wedge lows. We knew if we went back above the previous low of day, that's why that green circle's right there, we're going to buy above the previous low of day. We then also knew if price went higher, we would look to sell at the top of this range, which we tried to do. We took 2 losses on it. We tried to do it. They didn't want to go lower, though. And then we also knew that if price went above the previous highs, we want to buy pullbacks. Even more important, we knew that if price kept going higher, we would take our profit off at this overhead resistance right around 99 even. And then we would look to sell and bring the price right back down. So our plan this morning was to use the early morning news, to use the price wedge, and to use the inside day, outside day, right? Use that transition, okay, between the two. I'm going to go back in and change this here quickly for us real quickly here. 1 second. We begun, grab my 34 range chart, and again, obviously hindsight being 20/20 with this chart, but look what we saw here this morning. I'm going to begin the day going lower. It's a 34 range wave pattern short. I'm then going to go right back up above the previous low of day, and that's when things started getting really easy for us. We bought the lows of the wedge. We then bought the lows back above the previous low of day. We tried to sell. I really did. I tried to sell here, right? You guys saw us this morning. We tried to sell. So again, tried to sell here, went short below the previous low of day, then went and bought the lows. We went and bought above the previous low of day, tried to sell the highs of this range as our plan had specified. Those failed. We then bought pullbacks as we kept going higher all the way up to take our profit up at that 99 even. Okay, so pretty much according to plan. I would have liked to have gotten some winners off the highs there, selling that previous high of day, but that's okay. And you'll see here, again, our results will definitely resemble that. Okay, the beginning of the day looked great. It was the middle of the morning here, 10 o'clock till 10:30, when Bernanke really gave us a run for our money. Got real slow and sloppy when Bernanke jumped on the microphone. And at the same time, too, you'll notice I tried to sell the highs here. Right? That was the goal. The losses I took here, right? The losses I took here trying to sell right, around the highs here. And again, you can see it just trying to sell above the highs just didn't work out. So we got pretty much exactly what we thought was going to come our way today. Most important things were the highs and the lows of the wedges and that transition now, right, between the inside day and the outside day. And we talked about this live in real time this morning. It was a great example of exactly what we thought would happen. And that was the first couple times we traded through that previous low of day, it really made us a lot of money. But then after a while, it started getting sloppier out there, and we saw the whole thing slow down pretty dramatically.